Hello and welcome back to Freeman and our Ironman challenge. Now, in other news, Freeman has actually gained modding tools finally. Yes, they have added modding tools to the game, and that means that those of you that are extremely proficient with modding, you can go in, get in there and do whatever you want to do, and well, hopefully that will result in some fantastic mods. I know it will. Anyway, hopefully we'll see the varieties of different things that we're all hoping to see. I'm talking about, Star Wars, World Wars, all kinds of crazy scenarios. There are already a couple of mods that are on the workshop, and that's pretty crazy. I mean, I know modders in general are really quick with those kinds of things, because games that are having a problem on PC, they generally tend to get fixed by modders if the mod is actually if you can actually do that. Sometimes games don't allow it, but on PC that's generally kind of more accepted nowadays. And I'm mainly talking about Dark Souls, the original Dark Souls. I remember when I was playing that on the channel. I actually did a full series of it. If you want to see it, there's a playlist obviously somewhere, I don't know, on the channel. But the point is that to play that in an acceptable way, you had to install a mod, because otherwise you would have you'd have some problems with it. And modders basically saved that game on PC, and then obviously the developers learned from what actually went wrong with the first one, and then the second one and the third one were much better, but they still had some issues. But modders also fixed those, and it's pretty crazy, right? Yeah, modders are generally doing a massive amount of work for the gaming community. It's really quite insane. Anyway, you can see here that I actually have a new weapon. Yes, I'm actually using a new weapon here. This is slightly better than the L85. Don't know how it's actually going to be for me, because I haven't really used this before ever. So that's going to be a bit of an interesting development here. So we're just going to stick around here. I'm going to just have a look-see about where my forces are going. Where are the enemies? Where are the enemies? Because I'm not seeing that many of them actually right now. Maybe what we should do is just clear all our waypoints for the moment and just have our guys kind of spread out a little bit here. Don't really want to charge them straight in, but we are outnumbering the opponent so dramatically in terms of skill that I don't think we're going to have too many difficulties, but you never know. Anyway, I have been on a bit of a recruiting spree as well. I've basically been trying to get as many cheetah assault units in my army as possible. And so far that's working quite well. I have about 5 or 6 or something like that in my unassigned soldiers area, and as you can see, we are maxed out. We are maxed out in the amount of units that I can actually field at this time. So I literally cannot physically put any more people on the battlefield as it is with my current command skill, and it is maxed out. It is maxed out, so I can't do anything else about it. Anyway, we're going to see if I can... Oh, nice headshot. Thank you very much. Yes, another headshot. Very good. Ooh, this is a nice weapon. I like this weapon. This is an ARX 160, as far as I'm aware. Not entirely sure about the number at the moment, but yeah, I think it's basically about that. And it seems to be doing... It's got a good amount of recoil to it, but that damage is actually pretty nice. I like it. I like it. Yeah, it was kind of like a toss-up, really, because on the one hand, I was going to use a Groza rifle, because that was actually available in the nearby marketplace, and I thought, okay, yeah, we'll get that, because in general, that is widely regarded as being one of the best, if not the best, assault rifle in the game. And I thought, yeah, okay, I've used one before. I have used one in a previous series of Freeman, and I gotta say, I wasn't that impressed in comparison to some of the other assault rifles that I had used previously in that series, because as it stands, I'm someone that really likes to be able to have high accuracy from the weapon I'm using. So I don't want something that is going to potentially make me miss more often than not. And I'm not talking about my own skill here. I'm talking about if I were to shoot, you know, I don't know, 100 times at the same target, and I just don't want there to be that much bullet spread, if you know what I mean. So basically having something that is much more laser pointed than the Groza rifle actually is. And that's the main thing to take into account there. I gotta be careful. They're blending in very nicely to the battlefield. Seems like they're dead now. Alright, so yeah, there's only a couple left, and I'm not entirely sure where they are. Oh dear. Well, this might be problematic. Well, let's hope that they maybe flee or something. And there you go. It looks as though we have actually gotten them to flee. And I don't know where they were, obviously. Have no idea where they were, but we were able to defeat them relatively easily. And I actually just reached 500 reputation, which is one of the achievements that just popped up. And yeah, can I see the ARX here? No, I can't see the ARX, but we do have an AWR, which is actually a really, really nice assault rifle. I know a lot of people have said to me in the comments that it would be a really good idea for me to use a better assault rifle than a better sniper rifle than the SVD. Now, here's the problem with the AWR. I've used it in the past as well in a previous series. I have used it, and personally, I think it's really good. I think it's a really powerful sniper rifle, but the main problem with it is the fact... Oh, these are mine. These are literally mine right here. Oh, that's hilarious. They actually had my people as prisoners? Okay. Interesting. But anyway, as I was saying, I have used it in the past, and the problem with it is that it has a bit of a weird firing mechanic, because what happens is when you shoot one bullet and then it zooms out of your scope, so you're not looking down your scope any further to reload. And obviously that's realistic, kind of, I guess, but you're not really going to have that much nice usability to it. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to use as a result of that, which I'm not a terribly big fan of, to be honest. So not entirely sure if I'm going to use it, really. I mean, I guess I could try it out, but it's definitely not one of my favorite weapons. Anyway, let's take a look at the merchant here, and we can sell the AKs for sure. I'll keep that. I think most of my units generally have better weapons than this, but we're gonna just go over here and just look at these guys. They're literally taking so much cash to level up. They're really, really good. There we go. And we have a couple of extras here. There we are. And wow, there are just so many. And then we can just auto-equip all of these. There we go. Auto-equip. Nice. Okay, so it seems like some do actually need better vests. So that's quite nice. And if they don't need better vests, then maybe they can just share some of the new weaponry that we're gaining, which is really good too. There we go. Okay, fantastic. I can actually create another squad out of these guys if I want to, and I guess we will. But female civilian fighter? No, I'm so sorry. Dismiss. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service. And we'll just call them the Cheetah Assault Squad, because they are just literally going to be absolute beasts. And we're just going to level them up. Oh, so expensive. So expensive. Okay. So there you go. They're all done. So there it is. That's basically it. I do need to go over to Lubny very quickly, though. As you can see, we're actually losing people in the garrison there. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Bodan actually did a fantastic job of doing some damage, and we're just going to do some auto resolve here. I think we're pretty easily capable of doing that now, and these guys are going to go down like a sack of potatoes. There you go. 43,000 credits and a huge amount of experience. I mean, just look at this. You could just gain so much money just from doing this. Oh, there's the ARX 160. Those are the stats if you want to take a look at them. And otherwise, yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think it is pretty good. I am going to release these, and then I will imprison the rest, because I actually want those to potentially join us. And requests you to send 1 unit of photography equipment set to reach Minov within... what? Why? Why would you want that? Sure. I'm not entirely sure why you'd want that. Let's accept that. I have no more space. Do I? I thought I would have more space. Oh, well, never mind. Apparently I don't. But I do have more space now. Oh, yes. I've just increased my inventory space a little bit. And we're going to be increasing our launcher proficiencies, even though we're not really going to be using a launcher anytime soon. But anyway, let's just sell all of this. And I'm going to sell basically everything that I can. There we go. Almost, literally, look at this. Almost bankrupting the person in particular here, the merchant. That is kind of insane. Okay, so where do I actually need to go for this? I need to go to... was it Zoria? I have gathered the items. Oh, Minov. Minov. Okay, Minov is... oh, over there. Okay, interesting. Okay, I hope no one's going to attack Lubny, but Bodan is there, so he technically will do a very, very good job of defending. Berezno is consistently under siege, by the way, but you don't need to worry about that. Usually that is very easily defended, so nothing to worry about there. And Minov, okay, so we completed the quest. Really? That's it? I actually did not want to do that. I wanted to... can you join me? Yeah. Oh, this guy. He's just like, oh yeah, I don't know whether I can join you. And then he's like, oh yes, I will definitely join you. No problem. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of people here that we can, of course, sell, but we have to be very careful, because I don't really want to be in a situation where I will do the same thing that I did that one time, which we will never speak of again. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's go to Tumanivka real quick and see what's going on with the siege, because I don't think there are any of my friends here, so we're just going to go there and do a little bit of an auto-resolve. It's going to be super, super quick. There we go. And there is a mayor here, by the way. I do have a mayor for Tumanivka, but apparently it is not garrison. Do I not? Ooh, that is a big mistake on my part. That is a big mistake. Okay, so I'm going to have to do something about that. So I guess we will get Bodan to be the mayor of Tumanivka. That sounds like a good idea to me. There we go. Now he's going to come over here and hopefully prevent things from besieging it. That's going to be kind of nice for us. Okay, so shall we go and attack this terrorist camp? I guess we should, but let me just very quickly send some gifts to the Pozner. I am attempting to do a little bit more of a peaceful resolution to this particular challenge, so that we don't necessarily have to fight the Pozner, because I don't know whether you know this, but the Pozner are extremely good with their snipers. And their snipers are going to do a lot of damage very quickly, and that is probably going to be the faction that is going to be the hardest for me specifically to deal with in this Ironman challenge. So if I can circumvent having to fight them, I'm going to be happy with that, because I already kind of risked it a bit doing the FCA, but the FCA are less bursty in terms of the amount of damage that they're able to do, but they still, well, they still deal a lot. But anyway, there you go. We've increased that, and now maybe, yeah, we can't do anything else just yet, but I would like to get a trade agreement with them up and running as soon as possible. Yeah, I think I should probably just stay at Tumanivka for the moment. I'm actually running out of food as well. Don't know whether you can see that, but definitely need to do something about that. Okay, 79% chance. Actually, not even that good, to be honest, but I'm going to just do it nevertheless, because as you've seen, I already have a huge amount of people in my army, and I literally don't have to worry about money either. So I can just auto-resolve basically everything. And look at these guys. They've got some really great prisoners here too. And speaking of prisoners, we can just go over here. Just gonna execute this guy. And I mean, I could get all of these generals as well, but I need to wage war against the Atov Federation, and that's... I don't really want to do that, if I'm honest, because I would like to much prefer having them at peace for the moment. because the Atos Federation is just so large. And they do have those federal machine gunners as well, which are really hard to take care of. But we're going to persuade them to join us. Oh yeah, come and join me. Those Special Forces guys are also really, really powerful too. So if you have an opportunity to take those guys prisoner and attempt to persuade them, do it. They're really good. And as far as I'm aware, terrorists are also really good in terms of their stats. So you probably want to think about that too. If you can, then get those guys as well. As you can see here, can I actually select his stats? Yeah, there we go. So he's actually got, look at this, 65 armor. So literally he can already wear some really, really high tier armor. And he can use a machine gun as well. So if you give him like a HMG or maybe the PKM or something like that, he's going to do a really, really good job. So I'm actually going to persuade them to join us as well. And then what I can do is literally just go create new squad. Actually, I can just take these guys and we can just do auto group up. There we go. And let's just auto equip them. And as you can see, they've already got weapons. Apart from this one guy. Don't worry, he'll have one very soon. No need to worry about him. And auto group up. There we go. Auto equip. Don't even really need to do auto equip. They already have amazing stuff. And these guys auto equip. There we go. And we'll rename them too. Wow, these are all FCA Grenadiers and FCA units of some kind. Wow. They are going to murder everything. And this guy, there we go. He can actually go in here and he can get some equipment. Let's rename the Ivan squad. There we go. Very nice. And then we'll just level those up as well. That is just fantastic. That's really, really good. And I can go into the hospital really quickly here as well. And that means that I will be able to treat everyone. There we are. Now we're all ready. Look at that. We are all ready for battle. I have 98 units. Let's just give them a little bit of rewards. I still have a good amount of cash remaining. And hopefully in the next day, I will be able to send over another little gift for our wonderful friends, the Posner. Oh, we can sign us a trade treaty, perhaps. Let's do it. I hope that they accept this. It would be nice. Yeah, there we go. They actually did do that. Fantastic. Okay, that's really, really good. And that means that I'm hopeful they will accept our offer of an alliance of some kind. If they accept that offer, then we're going to be in a really good position. I'm just going to stay here and just continue to defeat the Cossack rebels. I'm not entirely sure how I can stop the flow of enemies. Oh, I didn't even realize that there was actually a Cossack rebel base right there. That's really bad, isn't it? Yeah, we need to take this out as soon as possible. So, should we go in? Yeah, let's go in. Why not? I think that, in general, auto-resolving is a little bit boring, you know. It is a bit boring to do that, but sometimes it is the most efficient, you know. And it's really a toss-up between whether you want to have fun and actually go into the battle, or whether you want to be efficient in terms of your time to effort ratio, you know, because otherwise, in certain aspects, you really, really just want to get done with that particular fight, because if you're fighting, I don't know, looters, for example, you know, if you're fighting looters, then you don't really care, you know, you don't really care about fighting them in person because they're just so easy for you. And that's the reason why adding something like auto-resolve is really, really cool. And it's not an instant auto-resolve either. I feel like the way that the developers have done it is really nice, because basically it just allows you to see how the battle is going in a step-by-step process. So you're not actually just automatically being like, oh, I just lost 20,000 units. That's terrible. Let me run away with my tail between my legs. You know, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, because in games like Man and Blade, for example, they do have the instant auto-resolve, and that makes things a little difficult sometimes, unless you 100% know you are going to be winning, or unless you have just an overwhelming advantage in terms of the amount of numbers you have, then obviously auto-resolve is the most efficient way to go. But most of the time, that's not really going to be the case. Most of the time, you're going to be in a situation where you need to go into a fight. And I almost got murdered. Did you see that? Yeah, I actually almost got murdered right there. Anyway, Yeah, and you want to go into a fight, and then it is just one of those things where it's just super drawn out. So, for example, you know, let's say in Freeman right here, I'm being besieged by 500 units or something like that, and I have 500 units as well. And auto-resolving in that situation is risky. You know, it's risky. So if it was an instant auto-resolve mechanic, that would be so much harder than the way that these developers have done it, because the way that these ones have done it is, as I said, step-by-step progress on the bar, and you kind of see how your units are doing. So if they're doing badly, particularly, then you can actually just go over to, you know, the stop button, stop fighting button, and you can just tell them to do that. You can just tell them to stop, and then it's just so much better. Well, so far, everything is going absolutely fine, with the exception of me taking an overabundance amount of damage. I mean, literally, I have 1 armor left in my body armor section, so it's not really good. But I think we should be alright as we progress onward here, because as you can see, we're now moving in. Our cheater assault units, VFA fighters, everyone is just working as a team to sweep and clear this camp. I'm actually wondering whether I should switch to my shotgun. That might actually make sense, to be honest, because the shotgun is so fun to use, and I'd highly recommend, if you are playing Freeman alongside me, do get a shotgun. Do get a shotgun. Even if you're at the very beginning of the game or something, try and get a Remington shotgun or something like that, and even though it is extremely slow to fire with that weapon, it is one of the most fun experiences you can have to be in a battle, small-scale battle with some looters, and you've got some, I don't know, random villagers or something along those lines. I mean, how did we start? We started off with random villagers and things, and then you just go, hey looter, and then you just go, you know, with the huge shotgun blast, and it is just very, very fun to see all of those damage numbers on the right side of the screen pop up, and the looter is just gone. You know, it's just really, really fun to see that. But yeah, if you're not into shotguns, then there are a wide variety of other things that you can, of course, choose to play with. There are our opponents. Gotta be a bit careful here. We have to be careful. I have literally no armor. I can die extremely fast here. And we have advanced to level 33 as well. But I think with 9 enemies remaining, that is going to be it. And you know what? I'm going to end this episode off here. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.